Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today I'm playing Dredge. I'm kalikaiz and I got a little bit of spice for you. We're playing a 12 land deck and we're playing Simian Spirit Guide. Simian Spirit Guide is exile it from your hand, add a red mana. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have 12 of these 2-drops. Satyr Wayfinder, Circle of Land Druid, Blanchwood Prowler, and all of these start up the dredging and the milling going very quickly. Circle of the Land Druid specifically enters the battlefield, you can mill 4 cards, and when it dies, you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. So this way we can dread return stuff, sacrificing the Circle of the Land Druid, get back lands, and then we're not worried that much about having just the 12 lands. But we do have the sweet conduit pylons, and then 1 each of all of these dual lands, and then 3 each of forest and swamp. I'm playing 4 Dread Return, 3 Lawless Giant, and then 2 Acorn Harvest with 3 Knot of the Bone. Maybe I should put another one in the sideboard here. For this. And then the sideboard, we're going to be playing some Ray of Revelations, 4 enchantments, Lawless Giant if we need to combo faster, Coffin Purge for anti-graveyard, Grudge for anti-relic, Knot of the Bone, obviously, like I said, for life gain against burn and stuff. And then we have Bojuka Bog, specifically for fighting against other graveyard-based decks. And there is a bunch of synergy between Bojuka Bog and Circle of the Land Druid in that we can get it back from the graveyard by killing our Circle of the Land Druid. If you're interested in sideboard guides for familiars, Poison Storm, or Alter Tron, check out the Patreon, which is patreon.com/kalikaiz. Really appreciate if you would like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this deck and this specific build and the video in the comments below. And check out cardmarket.com, the largest seller of the Magic Gathering cards in Europe. Maybe you can get this deck for your own battle box, and I'll see you in the matches. All right, we're here in round 1. So this is a turn 3 troll. I think I'm going to keep it anyway. A little bit concerned that this is going to be too slow. Opponent plays an island, so they're a slow deck as well. Play a ridge line, pass the turn. I do know that I'm not supposed to keep a turn 1 tap land. Looks like they're actually on familiars. So Exhume's not looking great. Faithful from the opponent. All right, we can conduit pylons. And then see what we find. We have a Circle of the Land Druid. So I can graveyard that and then play a Prowler, getting a land like that. And then we can maybe cycle the Troll for a swamp and then Exhume something for another land. All right, looks like we have a Stinkweed Imp available to us. So I guess I'm going to cycle the Troll, grabbing a swamp, and then Scrapwork Mutt, discarding the Stinkweed Imp. Let's see if our opponent counters. They do not. We're going to discard the Stinkweed Imp and immediately start dredging. And we can't really attack. We do have a Lawless Giant in the graveyard. So we kind of have to go through them all in one turn. Our opponent casts Meeting of Minds. Okay. We can try exhuming the Troll. Or we can exhume the Circle of the Land Druid and then dread return the Giant, sacrificing the Circle of the Land Druid to get back lands. Kind of neat. Our opponent passing after playing a Preordain. It's like a Dawnbringer Cleric to get rid of the lot of the Giants. Not great for me. Okay. So I'm going to just exhume the Troll. Well, maybe I can... I should just stick to my plan, right? Not sure. Land. Let's zoom the Circle guy. Go hyper combo speed. Trying to combo them out. Mill 4 cards. Scrapwork Mutt. We're going to Scrapwork Mutt. Well, maybe I just go bigger. Let's Satyr Wayfinder. The land. Okay, so we got Acorn Harvest and Stinkweed Imp in the graveyard. And then no attacks. Our opponent's tapping 4 mana. Plays a Murmuring Mystic, so it's going to be pretty difficult for us to attack for lethal. I will dredge. We mill some dread returns. So let's bring back the Mutt. Then we're going to discard the Stinkweed Imp. Dredge. Play this Bog. Dread return. on roll, sack, and sack. Get back a land, just a basic. So now I have a troll that I can attack with. I have to triple block and cast an Acorn Harvest. It's a turn. I feel like I'm going to mill out. Okay, what do you got? I know I can win this matchup. I just feel like it's going to be really difficult. Dawnbringer Cleric on my Lotleth Giant there early was sucky. Plays a Faithful. Okay. Give a snap. They're going to snap my Troll. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. We have 6 lands in play. We can get another land with the Generous End. Maybe cast a couple of Stinkies. No Stinky Imps in the graveyard right now. We have to somehow okay, they get another snap. But they're going for the Meeting of Minds. Go for the Meeting of Minds. Okay, so they can't counter my Dread returns. I feel like I have to go discard the Stinkweed Imp, find a Lotleth Giant, exhume the Lotleth Giant. Let's see. Red Pylons. Play the Scrap Archmod from the graveyard. Discard a Stinkweed Imp. Dredge it back. Did not find anything necessary. We're at 15 cards in the graveyard. You have exhumes and stuff. And my land, 3/4. 4 mana. I don't want to get the Lotleth Giant flickered. Scrap Archmod. Discard the Stinkweed Imp again. They might not have a flicker, right? They might not have it. Discard the Stinky. Return the Stinky. Still no Lotleth Giants. I guess we can exhume. I'm going to counter. We'll return. Everyone mills 4. Satyr Wayfinder. There's a giant. Then we're going to Dread return the Lotleth Giant. Sack. If they have flicker here, then I die. Okay, they're going to Meeting of Minds. We go to 3 cards in hand. Now they take 18 damage. And I'm not going to attack. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. They win. And I cast a Muldrifter. We still have 1 Stinkweed Imp in the graveyard. So we can use it one more time. And try to trade back and forth with Lotleth Giants. And then we can Dread return the Lotleth Giant from hand. Sacrifice the Lotleth Giant in play to Dread return another Lotleth Giant, and they'll be dead. And they have 2 cards in hand. Preordains. Going to 16 or 15. They put 2 cards on top. Okay. We are going to Dredge. Boom. 1 card in library. Dread return targeting the Lotleth Giant. This will kill them. They could Ephemerate the Cleric, but they're dead. Yes. Win the game. We want the Bajuka Bogs. Don't need the Knot of the Bones at all. And then some number of Coffin Purge are maybe useful. And we really want to turbo combo them. So do I need the Acorn Harvest? I don't think it's that good. So let's bring in 2 Coffin Purges. Do I want to cut 1 regular land for another Purge? I don't know how good the Coffin Purge is against them, but let's do it. That was kind of neat. So I just went turbo, straight dredging, and then eventually found double. Okay, we have not that great of a hand, but I think it's keepable. We have exhumes. So if we find a troll, we can turn to exhume them. Prowler. Let's play this bog first. So my plan is going to be Pylons discarding the Stinkweed Imp, probably. Then we can exhume a Prowler or something. They reveal a Floodplain. Okay, we found Troll of Khazad-dûm. So I'm going to Pylons and see what I find. Another Troll. Just graveyard that. We have found the turn 2 Troll anyway. Nice. Exhume. This is the Pauper scam. Do they have the snap? Plays a Faithful. Cannot block my 6/5 right now. Preordain. So here we're going to cycle for a Forest and then Scrap Archmod, discarding the Stinkweed Imp. And then the next turn after that, we can Prowler off of the 3 mana using the Pylons, getting enough mana maybe to do something. If we find enough to Dread return the Lotleth Giant, then we can discard it to a Scrap Archmod and then Dread return it. They're preordaining, so they're going to get hit for 6, going to 16. Yeah, Simian Spirit Guide. Does that help? They go bottom, bottom. Still going to swamp cycle for a swamp. Play the swamp. Play the Scrapwork Mutt. Discard the Stinkweed Imp. Dredge it. Attack you. We do find a Dread Return. So next turn we can Lotleth Giant them. And we found double Stinkweed Imp. They're kind of close to dead. If they tab out, they might die. And we have to F6 here because Simian Spirit Guide is a thing you can, an action you can take. So no possible play yield all doesn't work because there is a play I can make. All right, snaps the Troll. Okay, plays a Seagate Oracle. What do I want to do here? I know I'm dredging. They're at 18 right now. I'm gonna dredge. Then we have another Scrapwork Mutt. So let's cycle this for the green land. Play the green land, and then play another Scrapwork Mutt from hand, discarding the Stinkweed Imp and dredging it. Now it's your turn. 12 creatures in the graveyard. We're pretty close to killing them. It basically comes down to if they tap out right now. They're playing a Muldrifter going to 19. Okay. So can I get there? We have a Stinky in the graveyard. They attack. No blocks. We will dredge. 11 creatures in the graveyard. Scrapwork Mutt. Discard the Stinkweed Imp. Pick it back up. 13 in the graveyard. We do have a Dread Return. So if I Scrapwork Mutt again, I can discard the Lotleth Giant. I'm going to play this Prowler. Mill some cards. I need another Dread Return. I can Dread Return on... Wait, how many Dread Returns do I have in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3. I can Dread Return on the Circle of the Land Druid. Sack, sack, sack. And then mill 4 cards. Oh, I should have sacrificed... I messed that up. Okay, so I could have sacrificed it on a different creature to get back a land. Okay, pass the turn. I messed it up. That got confusing. Play Broker's Hideout. I don't know what I was thinking there. I felt like there was a win, but I messed it up. I have 5 cards in hand. Memorize the Muldrifter. Okay. I can have up to 2 counter spells at the moment. We need more creatures in play, unfortunately. Play the Stinkweed Imp. Going to exile my Simian Spirit Guide, play the get the Scrapwork Mutt. I'm going to discard my Lotleth Giant. And then I'm going to Dread Return my Lotleth Giant. Sack, sack, sack. And get back untapped land. I guess the Pylons. I don't know, I think I threw this game. 19 in the graveyard. They're going to go to 1. They're going to happily go to 1, I guess. Play the Pylons. Should have gotten back the black mana. Okay, I'm just going to... I feel like I threw, so I'm just going to go to the next game. It's okay. It's hard. I do think I need the... like the Coffin Purge is not that good. I want the Acorn Harvests. And do I just want the Swamp? I have the Bajuka Bogs and Swamps. We're just like a more lean deck. We don't need the Gnaw of the Bones whatsoever. I don't think the Coffin Purge is that good against them. Could be. I just don't think it is. Okay, we're on the play for game 3. Okay, I think I can keep this. Play the Ridgeline turn 1. Turn 2, Circle the Land Druid. Turn 3, Scrapwork Mutt the Stinkweed Imp. Opponent moving against a 5. So we have 2 tap lands and a Simian Spirit Guide, but the Simian Spirit Guide can help me cast my turn 2 Miller creature. Ridgeline, pass the turn. Our opponent plays an island, passes. We're going to play the Circle of the Land Druid. We will mill the 4 cards. Milling Pylons, Wayfinder, Acorn Harvest, land. They land and pass the turn. So we can get the creatures in play for the Dread Return now. We also have Exhume. So we could Exhume the Satyr Wayfinder. Well, just to try to get a land. More creatures in play. Maybe that makes sense. When it's preordaining on their turn 2, they went for end step, cycle the Ash Barrens for an island. Then play the Chancery and preordain. Now there's Let's exhume Satyr Wayfinder. These go to the graveyard. No lands. Swing in. Plays a Seagate Oracle. So I'm just going to attack with my Circle of the Land Druid. Can't really afford to block it, I think. Okay. We'll Scrapwork Mutt. Discard the Stinkweed Imp. Dredge it. And they're passing their turn. No, they play a land. Is a Sunscape Familiar. So they have multiple counterspells now. Draw a Lotleth Giant. Let's play another Circle of the Land Druid. I'm going to mill. I'm going to attack. So we should put them to 17 here. Okay, they're going to kill my Scrapwork Mutt. That's okay. Play a Seagate Oracle. We have 8 creature cards in the graveyard right now. Plays a Chancery. Alright. We draw for turn. Okay. For a second they were going to attack. And my Prowler. If I can find a land. Most of my lands are in the graveyard. Okay, we get a Bog, I guess. Play it and then bog them away. Goodbye to your Preordain, I guess. I'll attack you for 2. They're going to go to 17. They're definitely recovering from their mulligan. Plays a Seed Oracle. Going to have 7 cards in hand. Difficult choice, it looks like. Plays another island. They're passing the turn. And another Lotleth Giant. What do I want to do? Just keep going wide. Scrapwork Mutt. I can discard the Dread Return. Oh, they have a counterspell of some kind. I'm going to discard the Dread Return. Finding a Generous Ent. Let's Forest Cycle. I have any forest left? I have 1 forest left. Play the forest. And then I guess back with these 2. So they're going to trade for my creature here, giving me a land. I'm going to take the Conduit Pylons. Okay. Prepper Mutt's gone. I think now I'm going to add some creatures to the table. Plays another familiar. Am I dead? Guess not. Play this Pylons. Giant into the graveyard. Play a Prowler. We're going to mill. Getting a land, that's good. Then I'm going to go ahead and cast a Stinkweed Imp. They ephemerate their Seagate Oracle. So let's see. Can I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I need 1 more land to hardcast a Lotleth Giant. We have 1 Dread Return in the graveyard. If they tap out, we can double Lotleth Giant probably. Like we go Mutt, discard Stinkweed Imp, Mutt, discard again. Find Archaeomancer, Ephemerate. Okay, I guess we're probably dead. Opponent's declining to do anything really. That we're gonna go play an Acorn Harvest. Some creatures on the table. More creatures on the table. Tap the wrong land. Okay, there's another Acorn Harvest. And then we'll Scrapwork Mutt. Discard the Stinkweed Imp. Dredge it back up. Find a Dread Return and a Dread Return. We have 1, 2. I think now I'm going to attack. See if they want to kill my Circle of the Land Druid, give me a land. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I Dread Return on the Lotleth Giant right now, sacrifice, and sacrifice, get back a land. They're going to counter. Now, my question is, do you actually have a counterspell for my Lotleth Giant? I'm going to get back the negate. Now that's understandable. I'm going to cast Meeting of Minds. Okay, come on. Now they're going to ephemerate the Archaeomancer so they can get back their negate. So we only have 1 Dread Return in the graveyard. They can double negate. Plays a God Pharaoh's Faithful. So here if they have exactly Flicker, then they just make infinite life and we lose. But I guess we could probably lose to pretty much anything anyway, because probably make enough life to win the game. There's another Archaeomancer to get back the Meeting of Minds. We're at 17 life. They're going to go to 18 life at least. 3. We're going to Dredge. And another Lotleth Giant. 21 creature cards. So let's assume 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to see if they have a counter. Do you have a counter? I feel like the deck that they're playing probably does not have creature counters, and they're just going to die. Okay, they're going to cast Meeting of Minds, hoping that they can live. They go to 18. Then they can ephemerate for the Meeting of Minds, going to 19. Passing the Meeting of Minds, going to 19. Okay. Hopefully just have negates in hand. Just die. Do they find a counterspell? If they have straight up counterspell, I guess we lose. Napping my creature. Yes, yes, that was the best. I can't believe it. Oh man, we win the match. Let's go. In round 2. Okay, we're up against walls, which I don't think we can necessarily beat. Have to mulligan this one. Mulligan this one as well. How do we beat walls? We have to scam them, I guess. They mulligan to 6. We're gonna mulligan to 5. With Exhume. Okay, we keep this. Put back circle guy, the giant, play the ridge line. That's the turn. Turn 2, the prowler. I'm gonna play as Quirion Ranger. Let's see what we find off the top. This conduit pylons. The generous ent in the graveyard. So we could exhume the generous ent right now. I don't think that's worth it. Prowler. Get this land. Finding a dread return. Play a battlement. So we can play this scrapwork mutt and discard the acorn harvest. Draw some cards. Finding a bog. The bog. That's a turn. We did not find a stinky. Opponent plays a caretaker and a battlement. They have 2 cards in hand. They have a colored source here. Another battlement. They have basically infinite mana. Okie dokie. Scrapwork mutt again. Play the scrapwork mutt. I'm going to discard the spirit guide. Draw. Wasn't very good. Let's acorn harvest and pass the turn. Winding Way for the opponent. That's their last card in hand. They find Winding Way, Axebane Guardian, Avenging Hunter, and Tuk Tuk. They can play the Tuk Tuk and then play the Axebane Guardian and then play the Avenging Hunter. But we can attack them back, I guess. So they have 1 unknown in hand. The Mountain. Plays a generous ent. I'm gonna block. They have 3 creatures. Block and block. Block with all my creatures. See what they want to kill. Kills everything. Okay, all my stuff's dead. Let's go for Exhume. That was stupid. We're gonna get back to Prowler. That was really stupid. That was really dumb. Big mistake. Big mistake. I was looking for a Stinkweed Imp here, and definitely did not want to give them the stupid Avenging Hunter. We find Circle the Land Druid. In Dread return is Circle the Land Druid. Sack. Mill some cards. And we find nothing. Okay. Scrapwork mutt. I'm just gonna go to the next game. We got wrecked. Oh my goodness. I feel like no matter what happens, I always pair into Apis, and it just crashes me. So we need to go turbo combo. Out of the bones, not very good. Okay, playing first. We have an Exhume. If I can turn 1, cycle the generous ent. Yes, I'm going to do that. And then I can Exhume it on turn 2. Then attack for it with a 5/7 for a couple of turns, and hopefully that's enough. Probably not going to be enough. Cycle this. Grabbing the black land. Play that and pass the turn. They make... Oh, there goes my generous ent plan. Alright, let's play the Satyr Wayfinder. And we get nothing. Okay. I pass the turn. So I guess I could cycle for a forest and then play the forest, play the circle. They have a battlement. Cycle for forest. Play forest, play the circle of the land druid. I'm trying to find a way to get my Stinkweed Imp into the graveyard. Find a scrapwork mutt. So now I need a red land. Okay. I can exhume my Lotleth Giant and sacrifice Dread Return. Cinderwall. I'm not paying that much attention to what they're doing, to be honest. Okay, they get Wall of Roots, Tuk Tuk. Can't cast the Wall of Roots right now. But they're going to cast a Tuk Tuk. Okay. Cast the Wall of Roots. 2 mana. There's a Winding Way. Okay, so they have... I'm going to dredge this. Okay, so what can I do here? Play a Stinkweed Imp. It's a Stinkweed Imp. Red return the Lotleth Giant. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. I can get back a land. And I'm going to dome them for 13. And next turn, I guess I can exhume my other Lotleth Giant and win. That's the turn. It would be really hilarious if I could win here. I don't think I can. It will leave the Stampede in the graveyard, and the Freed from the Real in the graveyard. Battlement for the opponent. 6/5. They play a Tuck Tuck. There's a Generous Ent that has a haste. That has a haste. They go to 11. I'm going to Dredge. Have the Exhume. 14 cards in the graveyard. Another Lotleth Giant. One Lotleth Giant here. Let's go Corn Harvest. And oh, that didn't do anything, did it? Whatever. Exhume the Lotleth Giant. Somehow I think I'm winning. Very silly. We win the game. I did not expect that. Okay, let's try again. So Knotted Bone doesn't really do anything. I should probably put lands in instead. But I already submitted and I can't take it back. Alright. Can't keep this hand. It's pretty close though. Okay. I'll keep this one. Put back Scrapwork Mutt. Wait. It's only just mills. Shouldn't have kept. We're gonna put back oh geez. Back the Dredge return? What I put back? I guess the Scrapwork Mutt. Turn 1 the circle, the Land Druid. Hopefully we find something that we can do. Our opponent mulligans to 4. Interesting. Is a forest. An F6. And another Dread return. Let's play the circle, the Land Druid. And pass the turn. Or Millen. Okay, so we actually drew the Stinkweed Imp, but I don't know if that helps me. I need lands, so I should not dredge, right? No dredging. Found a land. Scrapwork Mutt. Going to discard the Dread return. And I'm going to dredge this time. Back. We find a Lotleth Giant. Okay, let's see. So now I can Dread return the Lotleth Giant. Okay, wait. Wait for it. Thinking this through. An Acorn Harvest. And then bring back the Lotleth Giant. Sack. Back my land. You get hit for 7. Then I'm going to play my Conduit Pylons in Spirit Guide. I'll put that in the graveyard. Pass the turn. One has a Cerulean Caretaker and a Tinderwall. There's a Tuck Tuck. Another Battlement. Am I dead? Finding Way. They really whiffed there. 2, 3. Just hit a Cerulean Caretaker, so I think they have nothing left in hand. Let's see. Find a Satyr Wayfinder. Guess I play the land. Play my Satyr Wayfinder. My Pylons. Then I'll attack. Okay. So then I need to find a way to get my Lotleth Giant in the graveyard. Guess I just Simian Spirit Guide, discard the Stinkweed Imp, Scrapwork Mutt, but maybe I think this turn is good for that. Discard this, because next turn, if I get a Lotleth Giant in the graveyard, I can just go after it with the Dread return. Secret Door for the opponent. So they can now draw a card, or venture 1 time. It's Quirion Ranger. They're going to venture 1 time. I don't know what that does. It does something. They begin the venturing. Currently at 10. We have 10 creature cards in the graveyard. Need to somehow get a Lotleth Giant in the graveyard. Are they going to go scry 1 and then this one and then something else? I don't know. Exogoblin. And a Troll of Khazad-dûm. I think I attack with everything. And then I Dread return my Troll. Let's see. Attack with everything. I assume they block the 6/5. Take 1 going to 12. 6. Unknown Pylons first and see what's up. I think we went into the graveyard straight up. So then I just Dread return on whatever mills 4. Circle of the Land Druid. Yes. And Dread return 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm so close. If I dread return something, I'll have 2 creatures left, and then I can't dread return again. I can't get rid of my dread returns. I'm just going to dread return another circled land druid. Sack. Turn a land. Mill some cards. And I think if you can't kill me, we win, but you can probably kill me. And go to draw a card. Play land. Plays Winding Way. Finds Leafcaller, Tinderwall. So now they have a bunch of spins of the secret door. There's a Tinderwall, Leafcaller. I mean, I tried my best. They have a lot of mana. An adventure. Life gain shenanigans happening. They're just going to draw a card now off the venture. Draws a card. Card in hand. Trying to find out if I'm dead. I can't believe we win. It's GG's. GG's. All right, round 3. Round 3, we are on the play. We don't have anything going on. We're going to mulligan. 1, 2, we got lands. Exhume. Potentially too many lands. The Simian Spirit Guide's not really doing anything here. So let's get rid of that. Keep and rid of the Simian Spirit Guide. Then let's just play Haunted Mire and pass the turn. So turn 2, we can Conduit Pylons, maybe Exhume, or just Satyr Wayfinder. Opponent plays Power Plant and Chromatic Star. So they're on probably Altar Tron or some sort of big creature Tron. On a Knot of the Bone that doesn't really do very much. Depending on what they're on. We're going to definitely graveyard that. Play Satyr Wayfinder. And get a land. Another Lotless Giant in the graveyard. We could Exhume, I guess. And then have a 6/5. They're going to crack for green. Ancient Stirrings. I think I probably Exhume here. Feels Expedition Map. This looks like Big Dumb Tron. Stirrings and map and stuff. They could have Bajuka Bogs. Let's play the Conduit Pylons. See what we find on top. Prowler. Let's go Prowler on top, and then bring back the Scrapwork Mutt, and discard the Knot of the Bone. Back. Okay, so this next turn, we can just go Prowler plus Exhume. Opponent's sacrificing the map for probably mine. They get the mine. Play the mine. What are you going to play now? Chromatic Sphere. So we do have to worry about Fangren Marauder potentially. Like, they're going to... There's Ancient Stirrings. Okay. Finds Ulamog's Crusher. Not that big of a deal, because we can just Acorn Harvest. Play the Prowler. And let's mill some cards. What do we get? Red Return. Okay. So now I can Exhume. Getting back the Lotless Giant. They take 5 damage. We attack for 1. Then I can hard cast the Acorn Harvest, attack with everything, and then bring back another Lotless Giant. Maybe that's not necessary. And they even cast the Crusher this turn. Plays Crystal Grotto, so they will be able to cast the Crusher. If I attack right now, they'll take 3 going to 9. And they'll have 5 creatures in the graveyard. Then I can sack 2 more creatures. They'll have 6, 7 creatures in the graveyard. Alright, find a Stinkweed Imp. So if I Stinkweed Imp here, play the Stinkweed Imp, play my Wooded Ridgeline, pass the turn. Then they will attack with the Crusher. I'll sacrifice the Stinkweed Imp and Forest. And then I can dredge the Stinkweed Imp, attack with everything, and then get back the Lotless Giant. Opponent's turn. They're going to attack with the Crusher. Hopefully they just don't have Graveyard Hate. We're going to just kill these 2 creatures. Or kill the creature in the forest, just like I said I would. No blocks. They go to 12, or we go to 12. Everybody's at 12. You have a blocker. Plays Urza's Mine. Fangren Marauder, it looks like. Okay. There's an Expedition Map. They're going to gain 5 life. We're going to dredge the Stinkweed Imp. 8 creature cards in the graveyard. So they should be... They're going to go to 17. We can play the Mutt. Discard the Imp. Return it. We have 11 creature cards in the graveyard. And we can play the Forest. Attack with everything. We'll deal them the 5 damage. They're gonna what? Okay. They don't block my 6/5. That's not smart. Okay. But that means they're dead. I don't mean to call them not smart. I feel like that was not the correct decision. They're gonna take 9 damage, and then I just Red return the Lotleth Giant, sacrificing the other Lotleth Giant, and then they take 13. Okay. Let's see. How do we beat this deck post board? Sure. And this now is pretty easy. Doop. Doop. Sec. Okay, GG. 6. Alright, we win the game. I think we would have won regardless. Oh, maybe they thought that they would have gained 10 life, because this is an artifact. But instead of going to the graveyard, I don't know. Yeah, I can see why they did that now. That makes sense. Alright, we want the Lotleth Giant. Jukabog not necessary. I don't think we need the Knot of the Bones. We're going to be faster than that. So we're going to bring in some number of Ancient Grudges. And then what are we going to cut? The Acorn Harvest necessary. Probably not. Submit. You have to expect them to be on Relic. Okay, we have a turn 2 Generous End. I don't know if a 5/7 attacking on turn 3 is good enough, but it is a 5/7 attacking on turn 3. They skip their draw step, plays a Power Plant, Chromatic Sphere. God. Alright, let's play this and pass the turn. They're going to Ancient Stirrings. Let's see what they find. Not having any dredgers, looks like I'm maybe made a mistake here, just relying specifically on this Generous End. We have multiple ways to get stuff back, though. You find a Power Plant. So they are pretty far from Tron. Plays an Expedition map. Okay, let's draw. Guess we get something better to... Let's cycle this Generous End and bring it back to get my red land. Exhume. Alright, I've got a 5/7. Can you deal? They grab a Rugged Highlands off the Expedition map. Let's play Prowler, trying to get creatures into the graveyard. I can exhume some more. This Pylons, and then play the Pylons. See what's on top. Put the Troll in the graveyard, and I'll attack for 5. Next turn, I can exhume the other Troll, or exhume the Troll, and then I have a bunch of power on the table. Plays an Ancient Stirrings, finding an Urza's Tower. Okay, they play the Tower. They have 3 mana right now this way. So let's play the Circle of the Land Druid, mill 4. Find a Lotleth Giant. I'm just going to exhume, getting back my roll. It's pretty hard to block. Attack for 6. So next turn, if they don't disrupt me at all, they're dead a lot of ways. And they scoop it up on round 4. Okay, it's round 4 versus Barf. We have a very slow hand. But who knows what they're on. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep this epically slow hand. Okay, they play a Voldaren Epicure. So I think I do play the Ridgeline first, right? And then I have to cycle the Generous End for the black land and then play the Generous End. Tomb Raider for the opponent. We need to get some creatures on the table. Haunted Mire, play the Haunted Mire. Not great. Okay, they play an Implement of Combustion. It's in. We go to 13. Do you have anything else? You just sack the Implement, okay. Looking for another land, personally. Not find it. Let's just put our Generous End on the table. They're going to dome me for 4. I'm probably just dead to their burn spells right now. 4. Discards. Bolt. Okay. I mean, that was clearly too free. We got 3 turns. Everyone says this deck is bad. I just don't see it. Bring this in. I want grudges. Main plan is to just stay alive, I think. Okay. Or Dawn of the Bones. But that was just too slow. I didn't know he was on burn. I didn't know he was on Kuldotha, kill you on 3 turns. Okay. Lane first. Cannot keep. Okay, so we have... This seems fine. Just put back the Lotleth Giant, right? We have double Knot of the Bone. Maybe it's not fine. Okay, so we're gonna go like land cycle by the forest. I already kept, right? Barf is saying that he appreciates the funky videos that I've been posting, so I really appreciate that. Thank you, Barf. Hopefully you like Simian Spirit Guide and Dredge. Let's yield into the next end step and grab a forest. See if he's on Relic. Reckless Lackey. Okay. See if a forest is going to be able to be good enough here. Okay, I'm going to cycle the troll for the red-green land. Or red-black. We'll pass the turn. Opponent is playing an experimental synthesizer. It's going to be really funny when they see me hard cast the Simian Spirit Guide here. Plays a Goblin Slutter. Okay. Ancient Grudge. So I can blow up your land and blow up your synthesizer. They reveal a Great Furnace. So they're down to 1 land now. 2 lands, darn. They've got the Bushwhacker too, yikes. Okay, so they get in for 6. I guess this turn I just gain 4. And Scrapwork Mutt and discard the Knot of the Bone. And then I can pass this Circle the Land Druid, milling some cards. Alright, okay, this is working out. 4 creature cards in the graveyard. This Circle's Land Druid guy is going to block, easy peasy. Block, block, block. Block all day. Alright, I'm going to go block and block. Hopefully we don't have a Relic here. Relic would really hose me. I think I get the green land, Wooded Ridgeline. Okay, Wooded Ridgeline in my hand. Okay, no Relic? No, they have the Relic. We are sad. We are now very, very sad. Down to 11. Play this Prowler. Fill some cards. We reveal 3 creature cards. I can play the land. I cannot currently cast the Knot of the Bone. Our opponent has Implement, drawing a card. I'm going to throw this in front of my opponent's creature. And then I'm just basically trying to find lands and eventually put big creatures on the table. Oh, geez. Looks like no attacks. We have a Dread Return. I'm going to Dread Return on Satyr Wayfinder. And let's see if we can get a land. No lands. Okay, bad news. Pass the turn. We're pretty close to dead because I have not tried to gain life yet, and I've been chilling. Oh boy. They sacrificed the lackey, so 3 or 4 bolts and we're dead. Well, there an Epicure puts me to 9. Now I'm dead to triple bolt, which they have 5 cards in hand and we're probably dead. Here comes the bolt, bolt, bolt. Just don't do it. That's what I say. There's a Bushwhacker. Okay. No! So we're taking 6 and then dead to a bolt. Okay. You got me good. I feel like I just was risky and just didn't do the right things in the right order. I was trying to get a forest, but we didn't get there. We'll see in the next match. Okay. I'm going to keep. We have a turn 2 Mutt, discard Dread Return. Our opponent has Island. See what's going on with our Island opponent. Going to play the Ridge line. Pass the turn. Your own Thought Scour. Okay, so mono blue. I beat mono blue terrors. Boomerang my land. Uncool. Gonna go ahead and play a Scrapwork Mutt. Discard the Dread Return. I'm gonna circle the Land Druid. Circle is a pretty good thing to put on the table because it can block a terror and get me back lands. I think the Troll is less good than a Generous Ent, as the Generous Ent is going to block everything. Boomerang my land again. Wow, okay, we've got a plan. Certainly have a plan. Play the Ridge line, and I'll attack you. How many boomerangs are you going to play? Just tempoing? Your tempo is not going very well. You don't have any creatures on the battlefield. I'm in the lead. Boomerang my land again. Okay, geez. Relax. Relax. Back. Relax. 1, 2, 3, 4 boomerangs. They cast every boomerang. No more boomerangs. Okay, we get to discard our Stinkweed Imp, which is nice. I'll take that. They're on 3 cards in hand. Has a Brainstorm. Just looking for more boomerangs. Can you find them? Got any more boomerangs where that came from? Okay. After the brainstorm, they're going to play Consider. We need lands, unfortunately. Plays a land. Finally, they play a creature, Cryptic Serpent. We are going to dredge. I'll play a land. Play out my Circle of the Land Druid. This is a guaranteed. Come on. Fine. You got a 4 spike. Okay, it's in. I think I'm not going to block this turn. Plays a Tellurian Terror. Okay, I'm going to play Thinkweed Imp. How does that feel? Would you like to attack? I'll block. I'll get it back and I'll play it again. No attacks. Interesting. Let's cycle the Troll. Getting a tap land. If they have another 4 spike. But, you know, we have no more lands. We have a bunch of forests, but no swamps. That stinks. I have to cycle this one. I have a forest. I have the forest. With a Satyr Wayfinder. Okay. 2 Dread Returns in the graveyard. No attacks. Let's see. We could Dread Return. We might want to just Acorn Harvest and then Dread Return the Circle of the Land Druid. So I can get more lands back. Let's see. Or I can just cast Dread Return. Dread Return the Circle of the Land Druid guy. Yep, I'm doing it. I can pay for 4 spike now. Please 4 spike me. That would be hilarious. Let's do it. Come on. Oh. They got me good. Pass the turn again. Alright, no attacks for our opponent. Let's Conduit Pylons and check the top of the deck. Another Circle of the Land Druid. So I'm going to top this. Play Mutt. I'm going to discard the Knot of the Bone. Then I'm going to play my Circle of the Land Druid. We're going to mill. We have no things in the graveyard. We're going to Dread Return. How many Dread Returns do we have? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to Dread Return another Circle of the Land Druid. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Back a land. You have another Spell Pierce? Got him. Got him. Okay. I get the thing. Look at the Land Druid's back. We mill. Finding an Exhume. Alright, pass the turn. I have a lot with Giant in the graveyard. I suppose I could attack. I'm gonna attack yet. Block here. Take 5. And your 6/5 is dead. We can make 6 creatures on this turn. Land. Acorn Harvest here. Then do it again. Well, I guess first thing I want to do is just try to get back my Giant. Back a land. We have 2 cards in hand. I mean, if this resolves, we win. They're going to Thoughtscour themselves, looking for a counterspell. Milling Delver counterspell. Okay, okay. So they're looking, trying to find a counterspell. Thoughtscours themselves again, milling Dispel Delver. Consider looking for a counterspell. And I get my forest back, and you are dead. Sweet! So I need to figure out if they're going to have some sort of counter magic. I mean, okay, we want the Bojuka Bogs, right? I don't think we want the Ancient Grudges. Knot of the Bone seems okay. I feel like Exhume's not that great. Let's just trim one of these. Bring in the Bojukas. Alright, no lander. We have 1 land. Gotta mulligan that one. Okay, we have multiple lands. Keep this. Get rid of, yes, these 2 cards, unfortunately. And then, because the Stinkweed Imp is probably one of the better cards in the matchup, go Island Delver. Play my Ridgeline and pass the turn. So I can turn to my Circle of the Land Druid, which is kind of how I drew it up. Delver is going to try to flip. Does not flip. They boomerang my land. And the Ridgeline again. How many boomerangs are you going to play this time? Deals Lorien Revealed. In for 3. I'm going to play the Circle of the Land Druid. 4 spike. And I'm going to Bojuka Bog you. Cycles the Lorien Revealed. Okay. They're brainstorming. And they play an island. Let's see if I can draw land and then I can cast my Stinky Imp. Come on. Stop. Stop it. Play the ridgeline past the turn. Guess I should just wait. And for 3, go to 10. 1 to 3. So they can currently cast a terror. Cycle. Grabbing an untapped land. Play the land and Stinkweed Imp. They're going to counterspell. You're 100% going to dredge it. So if they have terror and counterspell, then they can get in for 3, counterspell, play the terror, kill me. Brainstorming, then what? Mental notes themselves, milling deep analysis, force spike. Interesting. It's in for 3. 2 cards in hand. We are going to dredge it. Let's play the Stinkweed Imp again. You have a counterspell? Counterspell again. Geothermal Bog, pass the turn. They have 1 card in hand. They mill Mental Note and Island with a Thought Scour. At this point, we're kind of in a bad position because, yes, maybe, it depends what they play. They're going to deep analysis. Now they have 4 cards in hand. We know they have Spell Pierces and Force Spikes and stuff. They play a Delver and plays a Cryptic Serpent. So we're going to mill. Then we're going to cast Knot of the Bone. How much does that gain me? 16. That's the turn. For 20. We have a 6/5. We're going to get in. Go to 10. There's another Cryptic Serpent. I'm going to play my Circle of the Land Druid. I think I'm going to lose. We're going to mill. Yes. Satyr Wayfinder. Don't Force Spike me. Get a land. Okay. Play the land. Pass the turn. Mental Note. Mill Island, Spell Pierce. We're going to block, take 6, go to 4. I don't know if there's a way to... Okay, let's see. 6, 10. So block here. Kill this thing. This is 9 damage. Okay. We get back the Conduit Pylons. Going to 1. Piracy Charm maybe kills me? I don't know. There's another Cryptic Serpent. 15 creatures in the graveyard for me. Plays a Delver. We're going to dredge the Stinkweed Imp. Then play Conduit Pylons. Then hope they don't have a counterspell for this. This in the graveyard. Then attempt to dredge Return the Lawless Giant. You have a counterspell. Spell Pierce. You're paying for the Spell Pierce and we win the game at 1 life. Kaboom! GG's. You're dead. 4-1. 4-1 with Simian Spirit Guide. Almost the trophy. Got wrecked by Burn. Too strong. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Let me know if you're still listening, what you thought about the deck and what play I might have messed up. And we'll see you in the next video.